All right, can we have a volunteer to read the aim? I'm just kidding. So welcome to our virtual learning. I know this is odd and weird and new for a lot of us, so it's going to take a lot of trial and error. Don't worry about it. I hope you guys are safe and staying healthy and as healthy as can be in this very weird and trying time. But anyway, so your aim for today is how can I delineate and evaluate an argument in Martin Luther King's speech on the Vietnam War. So that's the same aim we had about 2 weeks ago when we started our bookmarks for class. And a lot of you were asking me last week, what does delineate mean? So delineate is a verb. It means to describe or portray something precisely. So you're literally going to be picking apart Martin Luther King's argument in this speech. Just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, you want to make sure that you filled out that Google form or that attendance form that Mr. Boyd sent you this morning for your attendance. So we're going to be going through the aim. We did that and do a quick Q&A session of some questions that I'm sure that many of you may have. Then I'm going to go over your task, and then I'm going to go over how you guys can contact me virtually or digitally. So Q&A, how am I being graded? You're being graded the same way that you've always been graded, but since we've gone digital, assignments are going to obviously be completed digitally, and Google Classroom will now be your best friend. I know I've made you guys use Google Classroom in the past for submitting like major assignments, essays, but now everything is going to be done via Google Classroom. I'm going to make sure that all materials that you guys need are uploaded by 8 a.m. the morning that they're assigned. So say today's Monday, the 23rd. I'm going to make sure by Monday, the 23rd at 8 a.m. that you have all the materials that you need to complete your assignment. Number two, Mr. Spalding, I noticed that my Hamlet essay wasn't factored into my marking period for a grade. What happened? Your Hamlet essays are going to be put into your marking period 5 grade, and that will be put into Pupil Path this week. I know a lot of you are like, oh, I worked really hard on this piece, and he didn't grade it. I did grade it. I just have to put it into Pupil Path, so please be patient with me. Number three, how am I supposed to earn my weekly effort grade? So normally effort grades are based off of your class participation, your utilization of accountable talk, electronics usage, and your general, your behavior in class. But for the time being, your effort grade is going to be calculated based on the amount of effort you put into a piece or in an assignment. I can tell if you rush through something rather than taking your time to complete it and being genuine and giving detailed answers. Also, if you're on it and you feel that there are questions that you need to ask, asking any of those questions virtually will also help boost your effort grade. If you have any more questions about that, as always, feel free to email me and I will get back to you. So now we're going to go through your tasks. So your bookmark was posted on Google Classroom. It's the same bookmark that you guys completed 2 weeks ago now, but it's not on paper. It's just as a Google form. But just know that bookmarks are going to be completed on a 3 to 5 day basis. Excuse me, I forgot the word day. 3 to 5 day basis. Depending on which section and how many pages of the text we're reading will determine how and when you complete your bookmark. So starting today, the 23rd, up until Wednesday, the 25th, you'll be reading pages 154 to 156 of Martin Luther King's speech, and you'll be completing your bookmark based on those 3 pages. We want to make sure that our responses are detailed and thoughtful as always. And then again, this will also impact not only your grade on the assignment, but also your effort grade. As you complete your bookmark, be mindful that you can only submit one time. I'm going to say it again. Be mindful that you can only submit one time. So what I'm going to recommend is that you either use Looseleaf or you open up a separate Google Doc or you open up the notes section on your phone to record your responses as you're reading, then compile those notes in order to do your bookmark because you can only complete it one time. I know that's super annoying, but that's just the world we're living in right now. I'm going to try to work out a way maybe where we can do multiple submissions, but for now you can only submit one time. So again, take your notes on the side, take your notes on your phone, take some notes on a Google document, so that way when you're ready to submit, you're submitting that one time and you're not forgetting or leaving anything out that you felt was important for your response. So as you read this section of the speech, remember you're reading pages 154 to 156, but as you read this section of the speech, you're filling out all sections of the soapstones. And for this section, I want you guys to pay specific attention to or special attention to the purpose, tone, and the subject area of your soapstones chart. In this part of the speech, we really start to delve deep into Martin Luther King's actual argument. He starts to bring up a lot of information about the war specifically and what action should be taken in reference to the war. So pay special attention to the purpose, the tone, and the different subjects. Subjects or topics, so the different subjects and topics that are introduced. Um, and I know this is odd, but you're still in your literature circle, so don't forget that. I encourage you and I recommend that you guys discuss the reading with your peers from your literature circle. And just remember that their insights are super valuable, just as much as they were in the classroom. They're super valuable now. I have a typo in classroom. But value their opinions. If you feel like you need to discuss this with them offline, totally do that. Reach out to them. You guys should lean on each other for help, as always. And then lastly, if you have any questions, so you're like, where, when, how do I contact me? How do you contact me? As usual, you can email me using your Xemius Gmail. And if you need or prefer to speak to me over the phone, if you have this long question during work or school hours, I can give you that information to call me on a case-by-case basis. And I'll be available to directly answer questions from 9:30 to 2:30 every day. So that's it. That's your task. I encourage you to watch this video again. If you have any other questions, email me. And that's it.